hope these people can help me with my computer. Oh.
A technician will be with you in 4 hours.
4 hours?
You can upgrade for just $5,000.
What?
The universal serial config board should be set to ID 6.
I need that in plain English. Help.
Leo Laporte, call for help. May I help you?
Welcome to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here, and this is it, Friday, and we've got a great show for you. This is the show where we talk about high tech, we answer your questions, we make it all simple. And you watch this show, you might feel like you're getting smarter, but I want to let you in on a little secret. You are already smart enough. You can get all this stuff. This personal confuser may seem frustrating, bizarre, and confusing to you. You have every tool in your possession right now to understand it all. Just nobody bothers to do it in English. They mostly do it in Espanol. But I don't speak Espanol, so I'm going to do it in English, okay? Here's how we do the show. It's live Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Live, why? Well, mostly because I want you to be able to call with your questions. And that number is 888-989-7879. Toll free from anywhere in North America. You can also email me, and you can do that anytime. If you have a brainstorm during the weekend and you want to email me, just send it along to callforhelp@ZDTV.com. And we check the mail throughout the show, so as the mail's coming in, if you have something to say about something we just talked about, a lot of times it's a great way for me to get more information, to get corrections out on the air, and it's really valuable to me. So please don't hesitate to use that email. I love that. And of course, the fun way to play is the chat room. This is recreational, all right? If you want to join us in the chat room, go to the website zdtv.com/call-for-help and click on Interact, and we'll see you in there. I want to spend some time in the chat room today. I just feel good. I don't know why. I feel like spring is in the air. Is spring in the air? Is that what it is? It is. It just feels. Yeah. Do you feel that way, Gabe? You're feeling good, aren't you? I hope everybody, wherever you are, all over the world watching this show, you're feeling good today because we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, today, I'm going to ask you, wouldn't it be great if there were a program that would tell you about your internet insecurities, about problems going on your computer, about people and ways people could get into your system? There is such a thing, and the guy who developed it, a program we've talked about before called Shields Up, is here. Steve Gibson, he's going to show us Shields Up. That's coming up in just a little bit. We're also going to talk about a way to talk with friends, family, and relations on the internet, a way to chat instantly with folks, okay? Martin Sargent's going to give us one of his patented walkthroughs. That's all coming up. But right now, let's get to our very first call of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And that is Tommy from Livingston, Alabama. Hello, Tommy.
Hi.
How are you?
Love the show, Leo.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm glad you watch. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering about NetSonic.
All right. We can talk about that. But first, let me ask you, is it spring in Livingston, Alabama?
Right now it is.
All right. So are you going to get in the mood with us here, the springy mood?
Oh, yeah.
NetSonic is one of a whole category of programs that are designed to speed up your internet, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it netsonic.com?
I believe so.
Let me just try that and see if it is. Yes. It is. It's, in fact, according to NetSonic, the most popular internet accelerator software in the world. Wow, it must be good, mustn't it? Have you tried it?
Not yet.
All right. Well, let me talk a little bit about what NetSonic and all these programs do. There are a couple of different ways of accelerating internet access. One is by optimizing your connection. Okay, programs that we've shown before like iSpeed.
Yeah,
those work because, as it turns out, Windows 95 was shipped with the wrong settings. Whoops. It was shipped for settings for a local area network, not a modem. So iSpeed works on Windows 95, and it can even give you some improvement on Windows 98 if you're on a modem. That's not what this does. This is different from that. This is caching software, and the design is, the idea is to speed up your browsing by keeping data on your hard drive. Now, you know your browser already has some caching capability, right?
Yes.
This supposedly improves it. And I'll have to say, I haven't used this one, but every one I've used so far, I am unimpressed And in fact, often it causes reliability problems. Okay? This is a couple of things that I don't like, that I really don't recommend. This does something called prefetching pages. And what that means is while you're sitting, as I have been, notice a lot of people, the way you browse is you sit, you read a page, then you click on a link that was on the page, right? Mm-hmm. So prefetching, the way prefetching would work is if I had NetSonic running right now, it would have already downloaded this page that I'm going to click on. And so it would pop up instantly because it's downloaded it ahead of time. Now, that works great if your behavior is I'm always reading the page and then I click on most of the links.
Yes.
The drawback to it is, first of all, you download a whole lot more data than you're ever going to look at, right? So it's not a good netizen. I mean, it's using the Internet to look at pages you're never going to look at. And unless you click at these links successfully, you're not going to really benefit from it. If I now go to another page, there's not going to be any caching having been done. So if you have a certain kind of viewing pattern that most people don't, in my opinion, it might benefit you. I don't think it's worth the added headache to put it on there. I think, in fact, it can actually cause reliability problems. It's free. There's no reason not to try it. Have you tried it yet?
No, but the actual reason I wanted it is I play a lot of Asheron's Call online.
It would not help that at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is basically going to make web pages pop up faster. That's it. iSpeed is the kind of thing you should use for Asheron's Call.
All right.
And, if you have Windows 98, it may not make that much difference. But neither of these programs cost anything. It's worth trying them. I personally am not convinced that this is a good idea. I certainly wouldn't go out and buy any. There are other programs that you can buy, like WebCelerator. I certainly wouldn't do that. So, considering you're not going to get much benefit, I just leave it off. All right?
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Tommy. iSpeed is available. It's and the word speed is available at the ZDNet software library. That's at hotfiles.com. And I bet you NetSonic's also there, but you can also get it from their website, which is web3000.com or netsonic.com. We've seen these programs. They've been around for a long time. Maybe this one works better than the other ones, but I have yet to. I'll try this one over the weekend and see, but I've yet to see one that really makes any difference at all, and more often than not, they cause more problems. Coming up next, if Internet security is your top concern, Steve Gibson could be your new best friend. He's the man behind Shields Up, a website that tests your computer for security problems. We're going to talk to Steve about security problems and what you can do when Call for Help continues. Welcome back to Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte. Can someone pry into your computer while you're online? Well, I'll tell you, ever since those denial of the service attacks, security concerns have become paramount. And, of course, we're doing more and more of our personal business online. Privacy issues become a big deal. But how do you know what's a real threat? What's just hype? Joining us, Steve Gibson, the president and founder of Gibson Research Corporation, grc.com, with some great ways to protect yourself from computer spies. Hi, Steve. Good to see you.
Great to be back.
Now, we got to tell everybody, Steve Gibson, I first became aware of you years ago with SpinRite, which was then and still is the best program ever made for checking and testing hard drives. Still doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now this is interesting because you've kind of take a little bit of a turn here. Well, what's great about the GRC site is you've always covered stuff that's of interest to everybody. You had because you're such a great programmer, you can whip these things out. You did a CAH virus recovery program
last year. Yep.
That was great. I mean, there's lots of wonderful stuff in here.
Click of death stuff.
Click of death stuff. That's right, with the zip drives.
Yeah.
So Shields Up is your latest. Tell me a little bit about Shields. First of all, how'd you get the idea for Shields Up?
Well, I was talking to some friends about security, and I realized that when you're connected to the internet is connected to you. And people don't understand that when you go to a website, I mean, your computer is connected to that server.
Yeah, you think you're getting information from them, but they could be getting information from you.
That's what I've done. The idea is I wanted people to understand what the vulnerabilities were in their, in the normal configuration of their system, and to show them exactly what it is that's going on and what information is leaking out. So I created a website that builds a custom page. When you go there, it typically greets you with your name. It says, hi Leo,
or greetings, call for help.
Right.
How did you know my name?
Well, you connected to my server, and I was able to reverse probe your computer and show you what's leaking out of it, and then the rest of the site shows you what you can do to lock it down.
This is stuff that any website can ask your computer, and in most cases, the computer will just give it. All right, now, we're not running any security software here, so we're just wide open. But that's how most people work.
Most people, either a modem or DSL or cable.
Oh, that's important. We always talk about DSL and cable like they're really the ones at risk, but it's not.
No, because you can load some software into your computer without knowing it, which just waits for you to connect by modem. I mean, the huge population of AOL users are just as much at risk, because if you get one of these bad programs in your system, it sits around waiting to phone home.
Well, we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. Those are the thing like Orient and Godzilla and stuff. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's look a little bit at what Shields Up is telling me, and maybe you can interpret it for the layperson so they can understand a little bit about it. This is a great site, by the way, if you want to read about internet security. Well, you've got reams of material.
Thank you. I don't want to panic people, though. I don't want them to go all freak out and worried that someone is a vulnerability that never existed before is now there. This has always been going on, but with the internet increasing in popularity and more people getting connected, it just seems like this is something people have to think about. Security is important.
Right. Okay. And it's not like somebody's probably targeting you. I mean, this is not somebody's out to get you, right?
I mean, maybe a business would be targeted, like with these denial of service attacks we had a couple weeks ago. The typical user, though, can be found by a scan, because they're just one IP address, sort of like one post office box out on the internet. And so hackers do run sweeps across these
looking for vulnerabilities,
looking for openings. And so the idea is to close these openings.
Don't make yourself a target, in other words.
Right. Understand that you have a little bit of responsibility, and no one else is going to take care of you except yourself.
Well, we're on the site right now. This is grc.com. Already, you know my internet address. Is that normally public? Everybody knows that?
Yes, and people should not be too concerned about that. Normally, it's in your email headers. If you post something to a news group, it's there. I mean, technically, it's the address of your computer, but there really isn't a practical way of hiding it.
It's part of being on the internet.
You have to have it exposed in order for data to come back to you.
What's this number here?
That's known as your MAC address. That's the serial number of your LAN adapter.
Of my network card.
Of your network card.
Now, if I'm on a modem, I won't have one of those.
In fact, it's all zeros, so I don't even bother showing it to you.
Okay.
But the cool thing about, from the technology standpoint, is it's globally unique. The first half of it is a manufacturer number. The second half is the serial number of that manufacturer. So there's no two of them that are the same, which means it uniquely identifies your machine.
Well, now that's scary, because any company that could get that information it's like the Pentium 3 ID. I have an ID.
It's like a cookie on steroids.
Because it can never go away.
Well, and any website can access it. In fact, after I showed that this was here, tons of websites have come to me saying, "Hey, how can I get that?" Because and they're all like, "Oh, well, we're not going to do anything wrong."
Yeah,
right. I don't.
All right, now I'm going to probe my ports. What is a port? And why are you probing it? And what does it mean when you do?
The way a computer hooks to the internet is it's got an address, that IP address.
Right. That's like your phone number, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But or like think about like maybe your address at home. So it's the address of the whole household.
Yes.
But then you've got people within the household.
Okay.
So ports are like the individuals within the computer. They're like the different ways of accessing into.
If this were a phone number, these would be extensions.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Okay. So these are all ways that I can interact with the internet. This is email. This is. Wait a minute. Now these are all closed, but this one's open. What is that? Now, that's port 139. A lot of people email me saying, my port 139 is open. Steve says so.
Unfortunately, I showed everybody.
What does it mean, Steve? So I don't have to answer all those emails.
It's because this is open that I was able to say, greetings, call for help, or greetings, Leo, or something. Okay. That's the port through which this personal information is leaking out onto the internet.
Now, I don't have file sharing turned on.
Don't have to.
It's still open.
It's still open.
Okay.
However, there is a way, and my website goes on to explain and really in detail to show people just which buttons to push in order to close that down.
Okay, yes,
and then you can come back and I'll just say greetings because I have no idea who you are.
Now, we have talked about, and I know you talk about your website, a personal firewall solution that's free called Zone Alarm.
Right.
It is free. Should everybody be running a firewall of some kind? How important is that?
In the future, it'll just be part of the system. It is so important. I mean, it's like the wheels on the car. The computers have not been on the internet long enough to mature.
Right.
One of the ways they're still immature is they don't have a firewall. But Zone Alarm is free.
So that should be an automatic thing.
Get it.
All right. It's at zonealarm.com.
Zonelabs.com.
Zonelabs. Actually, they've bought zonealarm.com too now.
Cool.
So
good.
Makes it easy. Makes it easy for everybody. Now let me go back. We're out of time. I just want to go back to Shields Up, which is, by the way, I know you put another T1 in for your appearance. But every time I show this on TV, it goes down.
Yep.
It's we're going to be a little slow. But if I go back to Shields Up
it
now,
kind of worked
with Zone Alarm running, and I do the same thing, it's going to be a different story.
Close down.
Yeah. What will happen? Because I don't know if
you can click there right now.
That's blank.
Yeah. Go ahead and click right now, and it'll take you in.
All right. We're trying to get through the server.
I can't wait to go home now.
How many people does it take to get this to happen?
We saturate at 28,000.
So all of a sudden, is that what happens?
I have twice that now.
56,000?
It's because of you, Leo.
Next time I show this software, we're going to say, please, now, folks, don't try this at home.
Until we're
We can't get in. We can't get in. All right. Oh, it's slowly going to do it. But what it's going to say is...
just greetings.
It's going to say...
It won't know anything about you.
It doesn't know my name anymore.
Right.
It won't know about those ports. It won't know my internet address anymore. All of that stuff because I'm running the...
You got Zone Alarm running.
Firewall running.
And that's free.
Now, there are other firewall programs out there.
Yep. And they're good.
They're good. But this one's free.
It's free. And actually, this thing does something that, as I think, well, first of all, it's unique.
Right.
It does it better than any others.
Right.
It blocks outbound communication.
Right.
Traditionally, the firewall is something that the corporation had, in some closet somewhere,
right,
and that kept anything from coming in from the outside. The big problem for the individual is like a Trojan horse program.
That's sitting on my computer broadcasting out. In fact, here it is. Yahoo Messenger is trying to broadcast out. It's trying to access the internet.
And Zone Alarm caught it.
It caught it. And now it turns out I have Yahoo Messenger running and I want it running. But if it were doing that stealthily without my knowledge, this would be a very valuable thing to know, wouldn't it?
Exactly. And the idea is, I think that there's actually a bigger problem with applications you unwittingly load into your computer who want to phone home than it is with the random hacker, somewhere on the planet.
We're going to save that discussion for another time.
I
agree with you. Steve, you're the best. Keep up the great work. I am so glad we could get you on and bring your servers down again. Steve Gibson, grc.com. If you want to know more about what he's talking about, there's a link right on the front there about the Aureate issue, right?
Right.
Aureate. It describes it. And, of course, we have a whole bunch of stuff, including links to his site at our address, zdtv.com/call for help. We're going to take a break, but I want you to test your technology. It's our daily quiz. Go to the website, click on today's quiz. Get this right. It means you're in a drawing for 1 year to smartplanet.com, a great site for online learning. Our quiz question: what is full duplex? Is it a multi-layer image, a send and receive simultaneously, a RAM doubler, or a very crowded house? My duplex is full! Get to the website, give us your answer. We'll talk about it when Call for Help continues. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to put it right. I don't have it on the side. There it is. It's time to look at the lovely and talented ZDTV Call for Help webpage, because every day on this webpage we have something for you. Our free file of the day. Today, perhaps the most annoying free file of the day we've done, well, ever since that one about the gaseous emissions, anyway. This is called The Sims Crybaby. Now, there's a new program out called The Sims in which you get to design this people's life and ruin it. Well, this is kind of a come-on for the program. You only get the baby this time. You've got to play with the baby, feed the baby, sing to the baby. If you don't, The Sims Child Protection Agency will come and take the baby away from you. The baby has a very annoying cry, and if you keep this thing running in the background, it will bug you. We're playing with the baby, throwing him up in the air, having a great time. This is fun. It's The Sims Crybaby, a free kind of come-on for The Sims, which is a new game. The folks who did SimCity and all of those, okay? Our free file of the day at zdtv.com/call-for-help. Got an email the other day from Mario in Jamaica, Mandeville, Jamaica. I have a friend who has a laptop with a half-duplex sound card built in. However, he needs to use a program that supports full duplexing. Is there such a device as an external sound card for laptops that he can buy so that he can have full duplex? Actually, I'm going to cut to the chase on this one, then we're going to talk about what that all means. We talked to the folks who make your friend's laptop, Zager, and in fact, that hardware in there is full duplex. All he needs to do is get the latest drivers. But let's explain what duplex is first, and that's why I'm holding a walkie-talkie. Full duplex is the ability to talk at the same time. We're in a full duplex world. When I talk, you can talk, and so forth. Half duplex is only one person can talk at a time. So let me see if this is working. Robert, can you hear me? Over.
Sure can.
All right. Now, Robert, you try to talk at the same time as I'm talking. Over.
I'm trying to talk right now.
Can't do it, see, because it's a half duplex device. Look, I'm making the TV talk, though. Ooh, that's cool.
Interference.
Ooh. I love that. So this is a half duplex device. And now that's not so great on a sound card.
That'll be all, Robert. 10-4. Over and out.
We love these things. These are really cool. So this is a half duplex device, but most modern sound cards are full duplex. The chipsets are full duplex. You'd be hard pressed to buy a half duplex sound card. So if you're getting problems, let's say with NetMeeting, which says I want a full duplex hardware solution, it's merely that you don't have the latest drivers. As I said, we talked to the laptop company. They said, yes, it's full duplex. Get the latest drivers. Go to your manufacturer's website, or if you know the sound card manufacturers, go to their website. Update your software drivers, and that will solve the problem. Okay? Glad you're watching in Jamaica. Thanks for the email. Stick around, folks. We've got today's news story and the Mac World Mac tip of the day coming up when Call for Help continues. Over.
Let's play a game.
Roger that. Call for Help. Leo Laporte here, taking your calls, answering your questions, talking the talk and walking the walk. And if you want to talk the talk with me, if you got a computer question, something you'd like to know, I want you to, here's a way you can get involved that I would love. You know, I like seeing people's pictures on the screen. I want to talk to you, right? You can't do it with a net cam, then do the next best thing. Send me a video email. The address, cfhvmail@zdtv.com. Of course, you can always chat with us. We're in there right now, www.zdtv.com/call for help, and click on Interact. This is the time of the show we'd like to check in with our friends in the ZDTV newsroom, see what's going on in the world around us. Here's Erica Hill. Hi, Erica.
Hello, Leo.
Erica, look at this. Watch this. This is really cool.
Okay. Hey.
Whoa. I'm going to see if I can make your hair stand on end. No, can't do that.
No, it didn't work. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Hey, we're going to give you one of these, and then we wouldn't need all this television. We could just talk on the walkie-talkies.
Hey.
What's going on? Real improvement, Leo. What's going on in the world around us?
Leo, as always, plenty going on. Today we have kind of a fun story for you.
Okay.
Today we've got a high-tech millionaire, and he hasn't even finished high school. And his talents don't stop with computers. Victoria Ricano has the story.
Rishi Bhatt is the kind of kid that causes other parents to look at their offspring and shake their heads. The Chicago teenager is a champion athlete. At the age of 10, he co-starred in the Hollywood movie Indian in the Cupboard. He's even kept up with his piano lessons. But it was a different kind of keyboard skill that turned this 15-year-old into a multi-millionaire.
Well, originally it was just some code that I wrote for myself because I knew there was a problem. And then I saw a business opportunity there.
What Rishi found was a way to surf the web without leaving a trail of cookies. He calls it SiegeSoft.
Basically, you just type in the address of wherever you want to go right here. Press the submit button. It says you are about to view pages over a secure connection. Any information you exchange with this site cannot be viewed by anyone else on the web. You press OK. The site you are browsing to will pop up in a second window. Normally, if you were to visit yahoo.com, in the location bar at the top right here, you would see yahoo.com. But with our service instead, you just see the encrypted URL, which is right here. There's no trace that you were ever at the website you visited.
The 10th grader sold the idea to a Canadian company for $40,000 cash, plus about $3 million in stock.
I started off the negotiation. I was almost working on his side. Well, I soon realized that that wasn't necessary and that Rishi could certainly hold his own in any conversation or negotiation.
He's very self-driven and motivated.
Even Rishi's own parents seem a little dazzled by their son. For his own part, Rishi says he's getting bored by computers.
I want to go into medicine, actually. I think medicine is probably more gratifying. I mean, I've been doing stuff with computers since I was 6. I don't think it's satisfying enough.
Well, luckily he still has plenty of time to decide what is satisfying enough.
Man, that's the kind of story I hate. It makes me...
I know.
But can he do this?
I don't think he can, Leo. I definitely don't think so. And that is true talent.
Can you believe as a sophomore in high school, he's... Oh, my goodness.
I know.
That's amazing. What a good story. Hey, thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. Yeah, just a little one for the weekend, okay?
Thanks. Ah!
Take care. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye. Erica Hill in the newsroom. If you want more on that story... No, I don't. But if you want more on that story, I mean, the guy's a movie star, tennis champion, piano. Well, the piano wasn't a great piano player. Okay, there's a flaw. And he's worth millions. For more on this, no, I can't play. For more on this story and the latest technology news, tune in to ZDNN Report. Can he do this? No, I don't think so. Tune in to ZDNN Reports on ZDTV or on the website at zdtv.com. I'm loaded for bear, baby. Get ready for the Macworld Mac Tip of the Day. Today's tip, a quick way to display images created in a variety of formats. Here to tell us all, Brett Larson. You want one of these, Brett? They're powerful. I warn you.
They sound powerful.
All right. What is this? This is a way to change image formats.
Right.
You mean like from picked to TIFF to JPEG to GIF, that kind of thing?
The whole thing.
Okay.
So I brought some GIFs and JPEGs over.
Okay.
Didn't bring any pics.
A common web file format.
Yes.
I was trying to be Mac-ish with the pict thing.
Yeah, we see those every once in a while. Usually if you scan stuff, you can do it in a pic.
Right,
TIFF file.
right.
Now the other nice thing, so you just drop the image in there. That's everybody's favorite Golden Girl.
Oh, B. Arthur. I think my producer Ken actually is close personal friends with her.
Oh yeah. Well, here she is. Now the other nice thing you can do with this, like let's say you want to put this in a website, and you want it to be bigger, you can stretch it.
Wow.
Stretch it to fill the whole thing.
You got pictures of Maud?
That is Maud.
Oh, all right.
Or just down to the normal size, and then you export it as a pict file.
Cool.
You just click that button. Cool. You can also write like let's
what file formats does it read and write? Is it all of them? Or?
It reads all the Mac.
Standard
the
ones.
Mac formatted ones, the pict files and the TIFF and everything
Ooh,
else.
that's pretty.
This is where Macworld went for our company vacation.
No.
It was an offsite. And
yeah, really offsite.
We went
is that Hawaii?
Beach. Yeah, we went
that's
to this
gorgeous.
really nice place in Hawaii.
Wow, that's nice.
So let's say you want to put this image in a website.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people know how to do that, but what you can just do is click on this button here, HTML. And then you go over to your favorite text editor. I just brought up Stickies because it's the easiest one to do. And you paste it in, and it
does the HTML for you.
Puts it in there for you with the height and width tags.
Hey, that's actually a really nice feature.
Even if
now this is a shareware program. How much?
Shareware, I believe it was $5.
Wow, that's a good deal.
$5
Yeah, I think it's $5.
Cheap.
Wow.
Well worth it, and of course it'll work. Well, if you just want to test it.
Oh, you mean if you don't want to pay the shareware fee, it keeps working?
Right.
Got it.
It works for a while.
MacDownload.com, right?
Exactly.
Right, but pay the $5. Come on.
And it's version 2.2. I mean, that's good stuff.
So it's good. Drop image. Thank you, Brett. Good stuff. All right. Coming up, we're going to show you another great use for your laptop or notebook computer. Recording your thoughts anywhere, anytime with a great shareware program. Note to self, chocolate mayonnaise. We'll be right back. There it is, the lovely and talented Call for Help webpage, chock full of goodness of all kinds. What do you want me to show today? There's so many things to take a look at on this site. Often we have, of course, articles from our guests. We talk about the Shields Up site here, drop image software there, how to use half duplex, but there's a whole lot more in here. In fact, you might want to take a look at our weekly quiz, our last chance to test your knowledge of disabled computing. How easily can you change an IE font size in IE5? If you know the answer, click, answer the 10 questions. You'll learn a lot about computing, and by the end of the quiz, you'll have a chance to enter into the drawing for a Call for Help t-shirt. www.zdtv.com/call-for-help. Gene from Satellite Beach, Florida, fittingly on the ZDTV NetCam network. Hello, Gene.
Hello, Leo.
How are you there?
Doing real good.
Satellite, Florida. Are you near the Cape Canaveral? Is that why they call it Satellite?
Yeah, the Satellite Beach, because satellites go right overhead.
Oh, cool. That's great. Well, we're getting a great NetCam picture from Satellite Beach, too.
I got one of these, too, Leo.
What's that?
I got one of these walkie-talkies here.
That's a big one, though. You got the real deal.
That's an old one.
I like that. These new ones are really cool. Somebody just told me, though, that it's a CB band.
The one I have is the FRS, which is a lot better.
Yeah. These are fun to play with, but a little noisy, not the best quality. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, I used to carry a power book around. I guess I can say Macintosh.
Please do. I love them.
And it had a little program called Ultra Recorder that allowed you to record things.
Right.
I'm a writer, and I used to keep notes on the PC and at the same time record with one of these little tape recorders.
Right.
My question is there an application for the PC-based computers that I've gone to that does the same thing?
Sure. Now, it's not going to be free like yours was, but we found an inexpensive shareware product that'll do that. And actually, there's a whole lot of them that'll do that. What you probably already noticed, you probably tried to use Sound Record, right?
Yeah, but it only records a short amount.
Yeah, 1 minute for some reason.
Yeah.
Isn't that, in the old version of Windows, it recorded unlimited numbers, but for some reason they decided, in their infinite wisdom, to only record 1 minute at a time in Sound Recorder. Now, there is a hack, and we've showed this on the show before. If you record a 1 minute clip, and then insert it, and then insert it, you can actually make Sound record a lot more. But why do that when we can find a nice program that will record an infinite amount, right?
Yeah, that would be great.
That's what we've got for you. This is for dictation. It's called Recall All Audio Capture. Now, I'm using this on a notebook computer, and here it is. There's all sorts of options on this, by the way, including voice activation. So you can have it automatically voice activate. It has some good compression features, and that's important because you want to be able to make that file pretty darn small. You don't want to fill up your hard drive with this stuff. And you can even have it do some interesting things. Limit the file size. Currently it's 30 megabytes, which is 322 minutes. But you could limit it to any size you want, or no limit at all. You can have it do some interesting things, like after you're quiet for, let's say, 120 seconds, it'll start a new file. So just by merely pausing, this is really designed for dictation. By merely pausing, you can have it start a new file. So let me just show you how it works. I'm going to record. I should have actually been recording what I was doing all along. I have the Vox turned down, so it's not voice activated right now. It's just on my headset. You'll probably want to get a headset. I know your notebook probably has a microphone. Most notebooks do, but the quality of those are pretty poor. What kind of stuff do you write?
I wrote a book on international callback, and I've written for Newsweek magazine and a bunch of trade publications.
Wow, you're like a big shot.
Well, I don't think so, but I like to keep these things going, and that's a great tip. Thanks.
Writing is a lot of fun. I agree. It's too much work for me. See, I'm lazy. I like to talk. But meanwhile, while we've been talking, I've been recording, and maybe I could write this way. Let's play it back and see what it sounds like. What I was doing all along. I have the Vox turned down, so it's not a voice actor. So you can hear it. The quality's not bad. Now, this is recording at 8 kilohertz mono, and that means it's 0.025 megabytes per second, whatever that would be. But it's a pretty small file. I think this is probably a good solution for you. It's called Recall Audio Capture. It's available for download on the ZDNet software library, or you can get it from sagebrush.com. You'll get a 30-day trial period for free. Okay. Let me just see what the registration price is here. I don't know. Does anybody know how much it costs off the top of your head? 15? There it is. $14.95. That's not bad. Does that answer your needs?
Very well. Thank you a lot, Leo. Love your program.
Thank you, Gene. I really appreciate your calling. Look at this notebook, by the way. I just want to make you jealous, okay? We have picked up, and we go downstairs to Jim's office when we need some hardware, right? We picked up, look at the size of it. I don't know, you can't really tell just looking at it. The screen is bigger than my head. Look at that. Is that amazing? You're not going to see that everywhere. Hey, all right. They're telling me to wrap. Hey, thanks, Gene. I appreciate it. Take care.
Bye.
Give me that walkie-talkie. Did you say something over?
I said wrap.
That's what I thought you said. We're going to take a break, but first test your tech knowledge in our daily quiz. Here's how this works. If you know the answer, you go to the Call for Help website at ZDTV.com. Get it right. We're going to put you in a drawing for a year's worth of classes at smartalec.com. Actually, smartplanet.com. Here's the quiz question. What is full duplex? Oh, we were talking about that a second ago. Is it a multi-layer image, a send and receive simultaneously, a RAM doubler, or a crowded house? What is full duplex? Get to the website, give us your answer. We'll talk about it in just a bit when Call for Help continues. Over. Welcome back to Call for Help. Before the break, we asked, what is full duplex? And the answer is send and receive audio simultaneously. Actually, it could be any kind of data. Send and receive any kind of data simultaneously. In the old days of modems, you would say to the modem whether it was full or half duplex, for instance. Nowadays, it's mostly refers to audio, the ability to talk at the same time. Hope you got that right. Good luck if you did. You're in the drawing for 1 year free at smartplanet.com. All right. Now, if you and your friends aren't using some type of instant messenger, you might be missing out on one of the best tools the Internet has to offer. I was talking to somebody this morning whose son gets on a party line on the telephone with all of his friends, like 12 other friends. I mean, that's so 80s, man. This Internet messenger thing is now. It's happening. And, of course, if it's now and happening, ZDTV's Martin Sargent is all over it, right?
Hop of it.
You are. You the man.
Yeah. I use this thing all day. Well, I don't do any work anymore. I'm just chatting with my friends.
That's what you're doing over there in the cubicle. All right. Now, this, I think, is true. Teenagers especially love going into chat rooms and chatting with each other. It's like after school, what do? They used to get on the phone. Now they get on the messenger.
That's right. Well, the thing about normal chat rooms, I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, is that anyone can join into them typically.
We don't like that.
I don't want to talk to half the wackos online. I want to talk to my friends and my family, and that's what you use instant messenger for. It's sort of private chat rooms that you can set up just dedicated between you
and nobody can get in there.
If you click the right checkbox, nobody can get in.
Okay, that's nice. Show us. Now, there are a lot of these, aren't there? I mean, everybody knows about AIM,
which is America Online.
In fact, they started with buddy lists, right? Okay.
MSN has one.
Yeah.
The one I'm going to show you
is number one.
Very popular.
Okay.
I'm going to show you Yahoo. Problem being, they don't work together. You know? There needs to be sort of a common format so that if you're using MSN and I'm using Yahoo, that we can still talk to each other.
So right now, if I want to talk to somebody on Yahoo, they have to be using Yahoo also.
Yeah.
Okay. You like this one? Is this the one you use?
This is the one I use. I started using it because this is the ones my friends use. And you really have to get on the one that your friends are using, otherwise you can't do anything with it.
Well, I see that Kate and Leo and Dan are all on there.
My only 3 friends.
What more could you ask for, right? So what can you do with this? Show us some
All
stuff.
right. Well, first thing I can do is send someone a message.
Okay.
And you saw that I put 3 friends on there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to write it to my friend Dan Mitchell, one of our associate
doesn't have to be
producers.
somebody on your list, though. You could send it to anybody.
That's right. Anyone who has a Yahoo username, you can send it to, and they'll say, hey, dude. what's up? And
Rob Stexon says, Martin is the coolest guy I have ever known.
Apparently, I didn't check the right box. So
this is the box where you. Oh, you're going to ignore poor Robert?
No. Okay, I'll talk to Robert.
It's too late. Just close it. You can close it.
Right.
But that's one thing we always have to remember doing, Martin. Now, just a little word of warning. Whenever you do an instant messaging segment, you got to turn off the public messages.
I thought that I did.
You're going to flood the screen here in a second. So now you're talking to Dan.
I'm talking to Dan. I'm just sending Dan a message. I'm telling him that I'm online and that he should jump in here and start talking to us. So he will receive that.
We should talk to Robert Stetson. I mean, there he is.
Hello, Martin and Leo.
Hey, that's cool.
Now, say that I want to talk to Dan Mitchell and Robert Stetson. Well, what I would do then is start a conference. And I have Dan Mitchell in my friends list. All I have to do is click on his name and add him to the chat invitation list.
This is how everybody in the family could chat. Oh, you've made a new friend.
Wow, that's wonderful. Eric PP.
We're going to be in trouble here. I can see it already. Quick, whatever it is you need to do to turn off the instant messages.
I already checked it.
All right. Maybe it's not completely secure.
I guess not. So let's get into something really cool.
Okay.
Say Dan Mitchell is wonderful. I could also do voice chat. Say Dan Mitchell's on the other side of the country, and it would be a long-distance call for me to talk to him. So I'm going to add him to my chat invitation list under voice chat.
Wait, what's this voice chat thing?
Voice chat is just like using a telephone, only you use these things.
You can talk to him?
I can talk to Dan Mitchell.
Now, I don't think there's any other program that has this built in.
I don't think so, not that I'm aware of. So let's see if he can hear me. Hey, Dan, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm getting flooded over here on my end.
And you know what's really sad? The guy who owns Leo_Laporte, it's not me.
Yeah, that's not the real Kate Patello either.
And I
just added these things in.
Whoever this kid is that used my name, I hope it's somebody who's thinking it's me. I hope it's not just somebody that's his real name. Okay. I don't use that name on Yahoo. All right.
Okay.
So you can talk back and forth. Now, I noticed there was a little bit of delay. Now, Dan is not in
going to be a little bit of delay. And also, let's bring up that issue of full duplex again. It's just like the walkie-talkie. If I'm pressing the speak button, Dan is not able to speak back to me. He has to wait until I'm done to reply.
So
that's
it's a little primitive.
But you're talking long-distance phone calls. I could talk to my relatives over in Scotland for free. Otherwise, if I'm talking, on the phone, it's going to cost me a fortune.
But it's not exactly like, say, dial pad, where you can actually talk back and forth all the time. It's more like you press a button.
Right. Let me show you another cool thing.
Yeah. This is customizable? Is that?
It is customizable, and that's what I'm going to show you right now.
Okay.
I was just showing you the default way, but I built a theme. You can build wrappers to put on your Yahoo Messenger, and it's very simple to do.
They're like skins.
Right. So I built one called ZDTV. And I'm going to apply it, and I'm going to go OK.
Hello.
You see here, there's a lot of ZDTV superstars.
The stars.
I've got their icons right here. People, you're not helping out any. If you want to enjoy the show, you just want to stop.
It's okay. It's okay. It'll be all right, Martin. Okay.
There you have it. Now, that's not all I can do. I could also say I got this great new MP3 track that I want to share with my friend Dan Mitchell.
Legally acquired.
None of those other people.
Yes.
I could also send him that file right over this connection here.
Okay.
And it's actually also very simple to do. All I have to do is go into the Messenger menu. It's all in the Messenger. And choose send file attachment. I just browse right through my hard drive, pick whichever file I want, and bam, it's going to end up right in his on his computer.
Were you really attached to the handle Kid Mission? Because I don't think you're going to be able to use it anymore.
Yeah, I guess not, I tried out so many different handles.
This is good, actually. I like this. First of all, ICQ does not have a clean interface. It's a little kludgy. It's a little, kind of falls apart. This looks very simple, very clean. Seems to do the things I want to do, and I like that voice.
And, it's totally integrated with Yahoo. If you're a regular Yahoo user, this is the one you want to use. Look at all the features of Yahoo. I can shop online. I can do auctions, classifieds. I can go to the clubs. I can even play the online games.
All the portals will be doing this, I'm sure.
And they already are, like MSN. It's pretty much what I'm saying here applies to most of the major ones that you see out there, like MSN.
In fact, if you're already using a portal like Excite or MSN, you might want to check their messenger because it might integrate better with what they're doing. Well, Martin, I know you have quite a few new friends that you'd like to say hello to, so I'm going to let you go.
E-Cook.
Go off
and also Sweet Bell.
Sweet Bell. You guys are great. You know what? That's fun. We have a lot of fans, and it's nice to hear from you.
It is.
For step-by-step instructions on how to download and use an instant messenger, computer, not just Yahoo, but anyone, read Martin's article. It's at ZDTV.com/call-for-help. Now we want to say a hearty congratulations to winners of our daily quiz. These are folks who now have one-year memberships to Smart Planet, the world of learning online. Dave Shador of Superior, Arizona. Good going. Well done. Herb Hawkins, Ontario, California. Michael Weitzman of Coral Springs, Florida. Michael Bridgen of Crystal Lake, Illinois. Nancy Morse of New Egypt, New Jersey. You are all the best and the brightest. Well done. Welcome back to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here. Let's take a look at some of the email we've been getting during the show. Lots of email pouring in. Here's from the Calera High School Band. It says, the AOL Instant Messenger has full duplex chat. Okay? So if you want full duplex chat, that's the one to go with, America Online's Instant Messenger. I didn't know that. Oh, here's Rob. Rob, your new friend Rob Stexon, Martin. He says, way to use me in the demo. Yay. Another one saying AOL Instant Messenger has full duplex chat. Here's an interesting one. We talked yesterday about the All Advantage and the other ones that pay you to surf, and I said you'll never make any money. I don't know if this is true. Guy writes me, says, hey, Leo, I've been doing those pay-to-surf programs for a few months now. I got just over $300 this month. And the way he did it is he told all his friends and family, they all signed up under his name, and he gets money from all of them. Classic pyramid scheme. Or, I'm sorry, what do they call those tiered marketing schemes? However, hey, it works. $300 is nothing to sneeze at, so maybe I shouldn't poo-poo those, okay? I poo-pooed earlier on, the NetSonic cash program. Tom from Buffalo says, I've been using it for 2 years now. Because I visit certain sites on a daily basis, the caching feature really speeds up my surfing. It also has a built-in MTU optimizer that improves my dial-up, and that's what iSpeed does. So that's built in, apparently, to NetSonic Pro. So that's great to know. He says, by the way, thanks for the show. You've given me the push I needed to go back to school. On Monday, I'm starting an IT training course. Soon I will be MCSE certified. Tom, congratulations. Way to go. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Here's the one that we get a lot, and I want to pay attention to this one because Steve Gibson was just here talking about Shields Up. We mentioned Zone Alarm. Chris in Nashville, when I'm running Zone Alarm, that's that free firewall, I get several notices per hour that certain addresses, one in particular, are trying to hack into my computer. Is there anything I could do about this? I'm not talking cyber revenge. I just want to know what my options are. Well, Chris, I'll be honest with you. This has probably been going on all along, but because you're now running the firewall software, you're seeing it. Steve has a term for it. He calls it just kind of internet debris. There's a lot of stuff going on all the time. People are scanning the internet all the time looking for weaknesses. What you can do about it? Run the firewall, protect yourself against the weaknesses. There's not much you can do, nor probably that you should do to try to shut those IP addresses down. They may be fake addresses. In fact, they very often are, so it doesn't mean anything. People often don't use their real addresses. If they do, they're probably harmless. If it is one guy who's consistently banging on you day after day after day, maybe somebody that you think knows you, that might be different. In that case, what you should do is make a log of all of the different attempts to get into your system and mail that with the times, the exact internet addresses, and so forth, all the information you can get together, and email that to the person's internet service provider. But that's all you really need to do. And that probably is going too far for most cases. This stuff's been going on all along. We just didn't know it before. Hey, thanks for all the great email. Thanks for the participation. Thanks for the instant messages. I see Martin's still trying to answer them. Coming up on the next call for help. Get to work, Martin. Dad's PC, Mom's laptop, Junior's Mac. Networking your home no longer means stringing wires down the hall. Networking kits make it easy for the computers in your house to share an internet connection or a printer. We're going to show you what you need to easily network your home. Hey, that's it for this week on Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte. Get out there, enjoy the spring weather. Thanks for joining me. But remember, if you've got a problem with your personal confuser, you don't whine, you don't moan, you don't yell. What are you going to do? Say it with me now. Call for help. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. We're done. Over. Roger that.